Roundup family, good God Almighty, Roundup family. Thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for bearing with us. It's your boy Haskell, Kris Haskins, realestateroundup.com. You know, hanging out with my boy, Mr. and Mrs. Transaction Engineer. What up?
What's up, brother?
Roundup family, we have been grinding and grinding and grinding, trying to get this virtual assistant masterclass ready for you. Good Lord, Roundup family, I hope you appreciate the work, the servitude, the service that Eddie and I are doing. I hope you appreciate this because this stuff ain't easy. Going, coming up with spreadsheets, all the clicking in the PowerPoint and Excel. Eddie,
What up, Mr. Haskin Roundup family? How you guys doing?
good God
Salute.
Almighty. Wake it up, Roundup family. I want you to turn that TV off so you can pour it into you instead of pouring in that foolishness.
Yeah, man. That television is telling you a vision. They want you to see. They
See that?
want you to see.
That's right. That's right. Roundup family, thank you for joining us. You know, my mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy. We got to say a prayer for Paris, too. I forgot to tell you, Eddie lost his Paris client up in Maryland, lost his sister today. He told
Oh,
me to tell you that, actually.
sorry about that, Paris, man. I lost my sister, man, when I was 18.
Oh, really?
Boy, that ain't no easy thing. We was like 8 years apart, so she's like my mom and my sister.
Oh, man.
Boy, boy, Paris. My heart goes out to you and your family, man. My condolences.
Yeah, I'm sorry to Paris. He sent me that text, man. I'm like, good God, we got to say, keep you prayed up, Paris, if you're watching tonight, man. God bless you and your family, my friend. Sorry to hear that. My condolences. Roundup family. So what we are going to do, we've finally got this virtual assistant masterclass put together. We're going to be putting it on. If since you're watching it, you're going to get a 50% discount tonight. Miss Transaction Engineer is going to go over the whole gambit. I've seen the majority of this stuff, and it's completely mind blowing. It's almost like a brain surgeon going in and moving stuff around with the script. She's going to go over flow charts. Actually, going to go over the PowerPoint you're going to get once you register with the class for tomorrow. 8 o'clock is when we're going to be doing this, and you're going to get the flow charts, the PowerPoint presentation, so you can actually go down each slide. Boom, 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 boom. Scripts to talk to your virtual assistant, where to find them at, what to say to them, how do they interface with buyers and sellers. Let's see, I got my little checklist here.
You ready to get on?
Policies, procedures, what expectations that you should set at the beginning, and how to communicate with your virtual assistants. All of this is the stuff, very, very cheap stuff to do too, because we're not hiring people in the US. We're hiring people in other countries, right? Where the American dollar is a lot stronger. We know over here your dollar doesn't go too far, right? Roundup family. So I got Eddie on the line finally. How are we coming along with it on your end, my brother?
We ready? Here's Miss Engineer right here. Here my boo, Miss Engineer.
Hi everyone, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Thank you for taking the time to hang out with us tonight, Miss Engineer.
Of course.
1 second. I got to send a few more emails out. So yes, you were showing me some stuff earlier that was mind blowing. Roundup family, I just want to introduce to you Miss Transaction Engineer, Eddie's secret weapon, the moving
Oh
parts behind
my.
the secret weapon.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
you are too much, Kris. Thank you so much. I am elated to join you guys tonight, and I'm excited to share information about utilizing a virtual assistant in, I wouldn't say necessarily just the proper way, but in an intentional way. That's the best way to say it.
I
To
like
make
that.
sure that you're maximizing the value that you're getting out of them, that you're tracking and ensuring that ultimately you're running a seamless process so that you can get out of the business and stay on top of being an innovator within your business.
Why do people need to have virtual assistants in your opinion, Miss Engineer?
Well, there are a few reasons, but I would say the number one is so that you can grow. That is the object of the game, is to understand, to be the expert in your craft, and then from there to matriculate on and to grow. And you can't grow if you're going to be a mom and pop or one man operation. You can't grow. So you definitely want to seek into investing in a virtual assistant. And that's one of your first team members that you add to your team as you grow to a full grown team of in person and virtual assistants.
I love it. I love it. You are so methodical in your approach. I'm looking here. You got PowerPoint, scripts, Excel, Editable, Microsoft Word. Good God, we're gonna give all this stuff to the audience that joins us tomorrow. Is that right, Miss Engineer?
Of course, yes. I'm excited to share what we do in our business and what works best for us. And the good thing about it is everything that you all will receive is edible and customizable to your business. I and Eddie will be showing you how we run our business, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you tweak it and what fits best for you guys is what works for you. So the materials are definitely utilized in that manner, and you can do whatever you need to them.
So we're going over tonight, Roundup family. I want to make sure I tell you what we're going to talk about. The reason we're doing this, so you know, we're going to be giving a 50% discount off for the masterclass right now until midnight tonight. So go ahead and get your registrations in. You know, I love giving my people my discount. After midnight, it will go up to full price. You know, it's under $100. It's not a lot. And Miss Engineer, she's going to walk us step by step. I've seen some of this stuff, not all of it, but will this work? Oh, I'm sorry, the register. Go to the link below, Roundup family. The registration button is right in the video description here, right waiting for you. And before we get right to it, last question. Can this work for somebody starting off as well as somebody already in the business, Miss Engineer?
Of course, only because a virtual assistant, if you utilize some of the sites that we've recommended that you go and recruit virtual assistants, they can either be permanent or contractual or as a project as needed. So yes, anybody can implement them, but I would task you if you think that you already have everything figured out within your business to pick two tedious projects that you either do yourself or you already have someone at full blown labor costs doing today. And see if you can document what that person is doing and then hire a one time virtual assistant at about a fifth of what you're paying a regular person to do in the US and see probably how fast, efficient, not being drug out that the work gets done. And you'd be surprised. There are plenty of things. It's just about being efficient within your business, about saving money, about allocating those funds to other parts of your business that make you more money.
Wow.
So I don't think you're ever too big to grow, or you don't ever have a full understanding of everything you need to know to grow.
Wow. Cool. And I think, let me ask you, is it a skill that we must kind of inherit or develop, being able to hire virtual assistants?
It is not a skill, it's taught. It's literally taught. And I think if you follow it in the methodology that we dispelled tonight, you can tweak it how you like, but you can't go wrong.
Gotcha. Let's do it. You go ahead and share your screen, Miss Transaction Engineer, Roundup family. The link to the masterclass is below. If you want to go ahead and get registered, you got until midnight to get registered for 50% off. Let's go. What you got, Miss Engineer? What will we be covering tomorrow's class? You got your screen there? Uh-oh, I lost your audio. Did y'all hit the button? Or did I hit the button? You might have hit the wrong button, Miss Engineer.
I might have.
Okay, my bad. We hit the wrong one. How do you?
There you go.
Oh, right there, right there.
Oh, go to the left side. It won't. You might have to put your mouse over to the left.
We got.
Yeah.
She big time. They use Zoom
I
all the
use
time.
Zoom.
Yeah, I know. Don't
We
forget,
kind of
Roundup.
old school, man. We still doing the old school. Me and my brother Kris. That's how we get down, baby.
Hey,
You're gonna get PowerPoint presentation, the Microsoft Excel, the flow chart. You're gonna get a Microsoft Word with the scripts. So juicy, so juicy.
yeah. Okay. So the first one.
That thing closed up on you.
Mm-hmm.
These computers, they, Murphy's Law, they just, I mean, they, good God, they know when you're under the gun, don't they?
And they don't listen to you at all. But
Uh-huh.
it's okay.
We good.
So bear with me. So we're going to start by reviewing the PowerPoint that we utilize within our new hire orientation.
Mm-hmm.
So in the course itself, and we're going to speak very high level because we're going to take a deep dive tomorrow, but in the course itself, can you all see my screen?
Yep, I see it. Looks good.
Okay, awesome. So in the course itself, we will share with you how to find a VA or virtual assistant. When I use the acronym VA, it means virtual assistant. So how to
Mm-hmm.
find a VA, how to hire them, because there is a process behind hiring them, of assessment, certain tests that you would give your VA, and then just ultimately making sure they're a good fit for your business and that they have enough experience in what you do in the business tactics. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, if a VA only understands the realtor side of real estate and they either exemplify that they're not willing to grow or learn something else, or they seem to answer everything in that same manner of being representative of a realtor, that might not be the VA for you. So you want to ensure that you find a VA that has experience with working with investors or that's open to learning how you run your business. So
Mm-hmm.
once we've determined all of that, and we'll dive into those details tomorrow, we share this presentation with the VA. We'll have a webinar just as we're having tonight, and we'll go through this at a very high level. So we share who we are and what we do. And the reason why we do this is because if a virtual assistant is working with you, chances are they're working with several other entities. But if they have multiple screens or before they engage in a call with any of your clients, they will already have a clear understanding of who and what your company does as if they are a part of the company. So when they're talking to your clients, they can represent you well and
Mm-hmm.
as an actual part of the company. Nobody has to know that you found somebody for $3 to $6 who can execute the same amount of work for
Yep,
someone trying to be paying $15 an hour.
got it.
So we'll move on. They need to understand what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Everything from how you deal with your clients to what specifically they're doing to what the expectation of the deliverables in their work. Their work needs to be up to par and efficient and thorough. So we go over those things with them. We let them understand what the organization and how it's structured, who to go to, who does what, and how they work together. And then this is a piece that we will dive in tomorrow, but this is the meat of the
Mm.
operation. And so we will dive into specifically what do your virtual assistants do. Now, going back to this structure, I'm going to break down and I'm just give you a little bit a tidbit, but you have several different entities of virtual assistants. You will have an administrative virtual assistant that does everything within your business, and that person is your permanent VA. They do your day-to-day activities. You already have outlined those tasks within what they do, and that will be shared with you in our virtual assistant instructions. Then you have an administrative virtual assistant, and those are for projects like skip tracing or real tedious projects that you want to pay a one-time flat fee for them to do. You want to ensure that you get that agreement and not to really drag it along in an hourly rate. And then you have what we call your SA and BA, and you can kind of use your administrative VA in tandem for these things, except for the local type activities that an SA or a BA, which that is your seller acquisitionist and your buying assistant, um, you can use those in tandem. So we'll speak more about that tomorrow, but it's just an understanding as we kind of take a high level look at the selling and buying process.
Okay.
So when you are marketing for properties, you want to utilize your VA as much as possible. Um, this is what allows you to streamline your business and to do more volume. And when starting off, if you are hiring somebody at about $6 an hour, that's a lot easy to implement than bringing on 1 to 2 full salaries. Bless you.
Mhm.
1 to 2 full salaries on staff. So bring in this one person. What do you do? So you'll have, and within this course, you'll have a full outline of where to find the people, how to hire them, and then once they're hired, they'll have a full work instruction that you'll be able to review with them with this PowerPoint, and it will be laid out. There's nothing that you have to do, think, or anything of that nature. You're able to just give them all of the deliverables, and then they can get working.
I love it. This is where the Google, we're gonna upload the Microsoft Word for them to talk to the VA also.
So there are lists. So on the selling side, when you're acquiring properties, your VA will help you market out to the properties. Your VA will actually check for all of the things that are being received through the marketing campaign. So, for instance, when you send out a voicemail blast, that VA will compile all of those leads together and they will call them back. And that's all using a script that is included in this package. That is all using templates that are in Google Sheets that is included in this package. And they will track all of your incoming leads. The buyer's information sheet is actually been translated into a Google document that
Wow.
will all be provided to you in this course when we take a deep dive tomorrow. And then from there, the follow-up process and all the way to close in how the VA assists you through that will all be provided in here. And we'll take an actual deep dive tomorrow and explain from start to finish how that happens.
Cool.
The same goes on the buying side because your VA is key. On the buying side, there are so many leads that come in because they're coming in from so many different places. So there's no way that you will follow up with any of them, but
Mhm.
all of them. And to have somebody at $6 an hour for 2 weeks while your campaign stays going, especially when you have a street team place your signs, the sign volume is crazy. As far as incoming leads goes, you're paying a VA $6 an hour. You could allocate $300 to that VA for pretty much a little bit of 3/4 of that month, and that'll take care of them for that entire time. That saves you money, that finds you the buyer for your property, and that turns you a deal of a quick 10, 15, 20,000 easily. And you've only $dollars into labor.
All right.
We will go over how to train everyone. We will go over how to train everyone, as well as all the types of transactions and deals that they will deal with, especially when they're sending our package. We have a package that we send clients that the VA will send and prepare with, including the contract. All of those things will be included in an explanation of what they are and how they're utilized. And so the virtual assistant will need to understand what they're sending the client. And if the client has questions, they can ask them. If something supersedes something that the VA can answer, they are coached within that document to escalate that up to us, and then we'll get back to that client. But
Wow.
pretty much everything should be streamlined where you're hands off. You should be able to be in the Bahamas while your leads are steady turning in from the selling side to the buyer side. Summertime.
Nice. Is that where we're at? Okay. Is that 14?
Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I got ahead of myself.
You're right. Okay, so we got the transactions. I love it because you guys are covering not only high equity stuff, I'm seeing lease option, owner finance, and then you have the wholesaling stuff subject to. It's not like you just have a virtual system with a hammer that everything comes in. You got to approach it as a wholesaler do.
That is true. This is
Good. So that's the PowerPoint that they're going to get. We're going to go over that tomorrow, and then what is this here? This is the Microsoft Word.
So this is the Word document for work instructions. And so you can customize this to your business. You will receive a generic version. You will receive a generic version of where you can insert everything that is applicable to your business. But I do want to kind of go over it just a little bit with you so you can get a taste of exactly what you can expect. The great thing about this document is you can set this in front of your virtual assistant via email or via webinar and just walk through it and explain them, and it's already done for you. There's nothing you have to do. The introduction explains all the things that they need to know, how to structure deals, how to explain deals and use examples. From there, it explains how to return calls, how to populate and fill out the Google Sheets that are already pre-templated to each VA on the selling and the buying side, how to utilize your IVR system. Depending on which one you use, you might have to edit this, but we utilize CallFire.
Mm-hmm.
And then how to return calls, also how to source out
Wow.
leads within the email. So we're going to take a deep dive to really walk through from start to finish on this process.
No.
And then this also exists on the seller side as well, but we're only sharing a little bit today. So you guys definitely have to tune in tomorrow so that you can understand from start to finish how to find, how to hire, and how to train your virtual assistant. Please keep in mind, guys, if you do not.
You can bring the camera back up if you want to.
Oh, okay. Can you see me?
I do not.
No. Okay.
Go ahead.
Hello?
You said if
Oh,
what
can
now?
you see me?
Yeah, I see you.
Okay. Okay. So please keep in mind, you guys, if you do not effectively train your virtual assistant, you will be wasting your money and time, which you cannot get back. So it is imperative that you review what we've spoken about tonight and understand and really think to yourself, if I try to go out and hire a VA by myself, time I can't get back, and time is valuable. If you already have it laid out for you and all you have to do is make it turnkey, present this material, you're good to go. And in addition, you have our support in helping you in anything you do. But I can definitely say hiring a VA will be the best thing you ever do, especially if you're a one-man operation right now.
Yeah, that is cool. I wanted to ask you before I see some questions coming in. Roundup family, the link to the webinar is below in the video. Please, the link, all the information is in the link below. It's gonna take you right there to tell you what time. All the information for the webinar, you can register right here below, Roundup family, and it is a 50% discount off until midnight tonight. But I want you to tell us, Miss Engineer, about hiring. I know Eddie had a nightmare story about one you hired and something happened because you didn't hire
One
him
that I did
properly.
not hire, one that he stepped outside my realm and hired.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, I've got to be transparent, you guys.
So
And one that he had a issue with letting go that I went ahead and let go on my own. I had to make that executive decision.
I see you a little more stern.
Yes, I am. I'm very, I'm not understanding. And I'm very, like you said, I work and operate by methodologies. And if it doesn't make sense, if it doesn't check out, and you'll see one of those last points inside of that PowerPoint, which you guys might have not saw because we didn't get to the end, but I will go ahead and share this little tidbit of knowledge. One of the last points in saying what are our expectations for a virtual assistant is to document everything. We have laid out everywhere for them to document each and everything they speak with that person from date to time to understanding it all. And as far as I'm concerned, as far as Mr. Transaction Engineer is concerned, if it's not documented, it didn't happen.
Then, oh wow, I like that.
No. And if it didn't happen, that means
Don't
you
get paid.
should be compensated.
Yeah.
It's only
Okay.
so many occurrences we can have of that. So you guys will definitely dive in accountability because that's a big one. And I think because I have a lot of experience in the entrepreneurial world and in corporate America, I understand how to track and find the loopholes for accountability. So that is going to be a big piece of something we cover tomorrow.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. Roundup family, this will not be replayed. This will not be live. It's going to be for people that are taking their real estate investing business serious because, Eddie and I do so much stuff for free. Good God, today we've done, just thousands of
There's
hours of stuff for
no
free.
way you guys can have time for the minutia. That's what they're handling is your minutia. But believe it or not, that minutia is bigger than what you should be doing because if it piles up, it's tedious work that needs to be allocated and handed off or delegated, shall I say.
So is it more important for the things that we don't do that it allows us to focus on the big vision, perhaps?
Yes. I mean, so how do you make plans for your business to even move to the next level? For instance, could you imagine if we still only operated in snail mail? Could you imagine it? Because we financially, it's one of the most expensive pieces of marketing there are. And then statistically, the least amount of responses / turning and converting into deals. So if we were still there, we wouldn't be efficient and we might go out of business. But how can you have the time to seek new knowledge, to grow, seek new marketing strategies, and seek new opportunities? That is when you have time. And if you don't have time because you're too worried about, oh, I've got to mail to this client, and oh, I've got to call this client back, and I've got to qualify them. And no.
Wow.
No.
Okay, that's cool. I don't want to take too much of your time, Miss Engineer. At 8 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday, July 11th, 8 p.m., Miss Engineer. I've seen her break it down. I've seen
You
you break
guys
it
just
down.
stop me because I love what I do. So you just stop me because I'll keep going and going. But you will be trained and a professional tomorrow.
I appreciate it. All right, so we'll put Eddie on and then we'll close it out.
All righty.
Thank you.
Here's Mr. Transactioneer. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
The secret weapon. Roundup family. Tomorrow, I'm like, if you don't got some VAs, I promise you, your competition is going to run laps around you. I'll never forget when I was like, how the hell is these dudes getting all this work done? Then I found out, I'm going to get me some VAs. I went to see Babyface. Check it out, true story. What is he, Babyface? He was singing for another group, and he was finding out that the songwriters were making all the money. He was like, man, I'm going to get me some songs. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna give me two things. I'm gonna give me some houses and I'm gonna give me some VAs, man. I'm like, just gotta set it up in motion.
Oh yeah, for sure. Guys, get your VA, man. If you want to level up, go to that next level. I promise you, man. Take a lot of stress off of you, a lot of work off of you, for real.
I like it too, Eddie, because it's almost like $1. In my mind, I'm like, okay, I know this money's going out. I know it's gonna get done. As opposed to if I do it, I don't know when it's gonna get done. It's like I
When
got my list.
and I love it, man, because like I got some of my students. They ask me, "Hey, man, how do you send out these text messages and all that?" Look, man, my virtual assistant do all that stuff. I just know who we pay, but that's it. I just know who we pay, and that's it.
Yeah. That's the mark of a true businessman, man. To be frank with you, as the more I'm getting into a business, we look for ways where we can just write a check, get it over, move on to the next thing.
Yes, sir. On to the next one.
hmm Okay, Roundup family, register below. I will see you. Register below, Roundup family. We're trying. I'm out here working. I'm begging Eddie to do this thing for under $100. So we agreed to let my first registrations for the first day to be half price. But after midnight, it will go up. It will double in price. And tomorrow around at 8 o'clock, but Eddie and I are going to go on a little earlier. We'll see you 8 o'clock tomorrow. Register below. By now, we are serious about our businesses and we are serious servants. We are here to serve. So if you look by and by as time goes, make a decision to invest in yourself.
Yeah, you'll cut out a lot of stress. Honestly, man, you'll cut out a lot of stress. Man, it took us a minute to get it down to perfection. So you want to try to figure out this and figure out that because I'm telling you, I know a lot of people, and just like we did when we first got in the business, we waste so much money, man, because we didn't really have we didn't keep the VA busy enough. We didn't know what to delegate to them and have this VA for that and this VA for this. We had one VA doing everything and shit. They weren't really doing nothing.
Wow.
I can't tell you how. Hey, that was a seminar by itself, man. I can't even tell you how much money we ran through with bad VA. Shit, we was paying $21 an hour, man, one time for a VA.
Wow.
Oh, man, American VA, just to do the call.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we been through
Wow.
some VAs, man.
I bet. Let me see if we got any quick questions. I guess I don't know. Mr. Engineer is gone. You got any? I guess we can take some real quick. Got a million comments. When email blasting your buyers list, what key details do you speak of? Buyers list. What kind of buyers? Clay Burks. What kind of buyers? I mean, we got cash buyers. We got tenant buyers. You got people with loans. What type of buyers you talking about? Frank wants to know: do you use Fiverr to look for VAs too, Eddie?
We will use some VAs out there, but we like to use Upwork.
Mm-hmm. She'll go over that.
Upwork.
She's gonna go over how to hire them.
Yeah, you gotta ask the right questions too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, some of them will get you. Then they'll lie and say, you're the only one they working for. But the track record will show you who they working for if they're not getting anything done.
Birch, what up, Birch? I think that's it. I don't see nothing now. What is it? Tune in tomorrow. Yeah, Patrick, you're gonna have to register. It will not be a live event. It's gonna be for registrants only, Patrick. How much is this? Right now it's gonna be $97. After midnight it'll be $197. All right. Trey buys houses. I'm sorry, Round. There will not be a replay for this one. This is gonna be a one-time thing. We might do it again at another time, but we'll not. This will not stay up live. If you do purchase the webinar, you will get the link. You can watch it later. But yes, I'm sorry, Trey. If you registered, you will get to watch it later, but it will not be of it readily available to the public. North Dakota. Wow. If you want to know about Eddie's coaching, you got to just email him, man. That's just yeah, Trey. If you want to, yeah, it'll be available. Trey, it will be available after tomorrow, but only if you register. If you register tonight, you get it for $97. You can watch it whenever you want. Jermaine, hey Jermaine, how often do you keep in contact with your VAs or update their material? That's gonna be a transaction question.
Daily.
All it is an email, right?
Email.
Big brother in life. The replay, you will get the replay only if you register. Rich Ter says, what types of deals will you be discussing when it comes to hiring VAs?
Shoot. All of the deals.
You got the special box for each one, right? You got a bullet for each type of exit strategy, right?
Exactly. So
Hold
you
on.
guys,
Back to Miss Engineer. This the chemist behind it all.
I just want to, okay, so going back to the first question, I want to make sure we answer that thoroughly. We meet with them daily via email and then messaging. And then there is a meeting once a week on Monday to depict out anything that might have came over on the weekend and also to clarify what our goals and expectations are for during the week. So that's to answer the first question. And then the second question is the VA should have the detailed explanations of each deal and an example of one, each type of deal, because that's what they're going to study, that's what they're going to know. However, if they need to have a quick reference when they're calling clients, they need to be able to reference that information and immediately know how to decipher and what not to say, so to speak, or how to answer questions. Because the whole thing is to mitigate those questions. You don't want the VA to say, "Oh, let me take this note and then let me ask you." That defeats the purpose.
Gotcha. Nice. Okay, round up family. That's all I got. Anything else we got, Eddie? Before we get out of here.
Anything? Sorry, you guys. I hate to take it, but Mr. Transaction Engineer does. I manage them. So.
What's up, brother? What's up? I'm back.
What are you doing? Wait. It looks like that's all we got. Well, I guess David wants to know how many VAs does he need to run the business. I don't know.
I mean, that's up to you, honestly. It's as you grow. You only need one to start, but by the time you start doing anywhere between 5 and 10 deals a month, you're probably going to want to have 2 to 3. You're going to want to have one project one that you have saved within Fiverr or Upwork, and then you're going to want to have a buying and a selling VA, or you either split it or you can do the admin across both or have a sole admin. But you're going to want to have 2 to 3. Definitely once you start doing deals in a high volume, there's no way you'll be able to manage that workload without it.
Okay, Roundup family, thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe, register for the class. It's going to be half price until midnight tonight, and we're going to start 8 p.m. Thursday. Miss Transaction Engineer is going to break it down Thursday, 8 p.m., and you'll get a link right to the YouTube video when you join up. And tomorrow during the video description and the link in the video description during the training, you'll get all the downloads so you can follow along with it. Okay, that's all we got.
All right, guys. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, you're only one deal away.
That's right. Okay.